So, hey, I was just looking at something in the menu.
Mm-hmm.
Notice how Pumpkin and Kenzie have some magic points now?
Oh?
Yeah, so they might be able to actually learn some spells now.
Really?
We might be able to go back to, like, some starting towns and possibly... Because Pumpkin being a knight, I think that's essentially like the Final Fantasy 1 version of a paladin.
Mm-hmm.
So Pumpkin might be able to learn some, like, really low-level white magic.
Okay.
Which means having kind of sort of a backup healer. When he's not literally beating the shit out of something. And then Kenzie, maybe some low-level black magic, maybe?
That would make sense.
Yeah. Okay, so we already did this room, and there was nothing in there. Like I said, look forward to that when we play Final Fantasy II. It'll happen a lot. You'll love it. It'll be your favorite.
Okay.
Okay, so we're on the second floor. Wow, this is... Okay, so there's a whole bunch of stairways here. But, okay, so we can't get to anything from over there. But if we go up this way, we can get to those stairs going back up.
This isn't just a side quest, this is a serious time sink here.
It's a dungeon run. They making it interesting. And I did pop some ethers as well, too. We've got tons of ethers, so we can go nuts with the spells down here.
Okay.
That's going to be a common trope in a lot of the Final Fantasies. Like, oh, we're at that point where we can just buy 99 potions, 99 ethers, 99 everything. You know, the new sprites are kind of growing on me a little bit.
I still think that is the most atrocious idea for a hair color for the mage.
Oh, for Bastet?
Yeah, like I don't even want her to be the front character when we're running around.
Oh, wow. Wow. Bastet's like, well, fuck you too.
She is not a ginger.
Well, you know, I will write Square Enix a convincing letter and tell them you really disappointed my significant other. To which, if they reply at all, they'll be like, thank you for your continued support. Did you even read my letter? Did you even read my letter? They didn't read my letter.
I don't know how to word this question, but like this game is obviously really old, and you said that the company that we now know as Square Enix went through some like title changes and some owner management. Like, there's obviously still a Final Fantasy copyright on this game, but like, it's still being like, is it still being distributed? Is it still being sold, or is it all just people finding really old places to download it?
Actually, earlier in this series, I mentioned that the Pixel remasters were PC exclusive only. Mm-hmm. At the time of recording this video, they're actually getting like console releases now.
Okay.
Like being released as like a collection. And yeah, so no, they're still being like the Pixel remasters are quite a recent addition, and the game has been remastered and re-released on different platforms as well too. So, yeah, it's still quite a popular Final Fantasy option, and yeah, it continues to get remastered, re-released, and all that stuff. Kind of a cash cow approach, but people buy it. I mean, I bought it. We're playing it right now, so.
Mm-hmm. So there is a complaints department somewhere.
Well, you know, to be fair, if you absolutely had your heart set on changing the sprite's hair, there's probably a mod out there for it.
Well, especially since we're playing on PC, yeah.
Yeah, there's probably a mod in the PC Master Race options out there. Why is it always scorpions?
Because they're the closest thing to lobsters that they can do.
They just didn't want to make a new sprite. It's okay,
Yeah.
we'll do scorpions. They kind of look like crabs.
No, seriously, scorpions and lobsters are in the same family.
Right.
At least I think so. Fairly certain.
I've never actually seen a wild scorpion up close. I've seen crabs up close.
No, I've only seen scorpions in like either exotic pet stores or zoos kind of situations.
Yeah. Well, where we used to live in southern Alberta, out by Milk River, Alberta, there was that Writing on Stone Provincial Park.
Mm-hmm.
They allegedly have scorpions out there just because of how hot it is there. And, like, I've seen rattlesnakes out there. I remember I almost walked right into one time.
Yeah, I remember that day.
Yeah, and then I'd literally just been talking to the lady in the gift shop about rattlesnakes, and I went outside, and there's a rattlesnake right outside. But allegedly, they had scorpions there. And I was like, scorpions in Alberta, Canada? Really? Did we check this one up here already? I'm already starting to forget.
Oh, no. I don't know.
But that's fine. I'll check again. But yeah, no, I was like, scorpions in Alberta? But yeah, no, I never saw a scorpion out there.
Probably for the best.
You look like a reputable SOB. It's like the game doesn't have enough random encounters. Let's just randomly throw a sprite in here that's basically just the same random encounters you already run into. Look at Bastette's pose when she's casting a spell.
Yeah.
She's like, hold up. Hold up.
Hold up, wait a minute.
Everybody just shut the hell up for a second. Holy crap, there's a lot of money. Well, we got another ribbon. I vote we give that to Sunny.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, so we've got 2 other rooms. And then another stairwell just to make things more confusing.
Of course.
Can you imagine?
Well, we have that.
Sorry, go ahead.
We have that spell now that Bastet can do in order to get us to the last floor that we were at.
That's for Sunny.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, teleport. There's an exit spell that transports you out of the dungeon that we still need to go back and get.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to remember where, because I remember taking note of it, but now that we can actually use it, it's like, what town was that in? We can figure that out later.
Right.
Okay. It'd be so cool actually exploring like old crumbling ruins like this, though.
For sure.
Because when you and I go out on like our camping adventures, we like to explore like abandoned buildings and stuff, so minus all the monster encounters, this would be like right up our alley.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we would be exploring a sunken one in particular, because that would be hella dangerous, but...
You can imagine, too, it would have like a no trespassing sign on it.
Oh, of course.
Or like a paid tour. Here's a
flashlight.
That's
an option.
Here's a flashlight and a broadsword. What's the broadsword for? Oh, honey. All the random encounters. We usually lose a couple of people each tour. You're probably gonna die. If you have to ask, you're dead already.
Oh, jeez.
Water elementals. Well, at least it's not that creepy guy that was coming out of the boxes before.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that considerate? They actually came up with, like, a different sprite for this elemental.
Something that actually makes a bit more sense rather than just a really creepy jack-in-the-box.
I'm not convinced. It's the same guy. It's the same guy in a slinky costume.
Ha.
Everyone loves a slinky. More gill. Oh, more monsters. Oh, we haven't seen these guys in a while.
Oh, no.
Those are the frickin'... Okay, yeah. Holy and Firaga. We ain't screwing around.
Have to die, motherfucker, die!
Don't turn him to stone, please. Oh my gosh. Okay, nobody's been stoned yet. That's great. All right, one of the spellcasters, please do your thing.
Come on. Okay.
The roof is on fire. We don't need no water. Let the motherfucker burn.
Woo!
Giant's gloves.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Those really don't change anything at all. Huh.
Odd.
Oh, we could give them to Kenzie.
All right.
Defense up by 5, evasion down by 1. I think that's a fair trade.
Yeah.
Look how big my hands look in these giant gloves. They're not hands, they're paws, stupid. Oh, right. I forgot we're cats.
No, Pumpkin is a pretty darn big boy. He's 12 pounds plus, and he's not considered overweight. He's just big.
Yeah, he's chonky. That's why he's our knight. He's not a warrior anymore, he's a knight.
Yep.
Holy, holy. I'm high on killing you.
He's a knight of the round table because he has great circumference.
Ha ha. He's not the knight of the round table. He is the round table. It's okay. You can conduct your meeting on my back. I don't mind. I just like the attention.
Pumpkin is a pretty good boy. Like, I'm sure I've used him as a spot to put my book or my phone down if I'm reading for long periods of time and he's just sitting with me.
No, he is a good cat. He likes to come hang out with me, like, when I'm staying up late for night shifts. It's not so bad if I'm editing, but if I'm recording, if he's being, like, super needy, that's a problem. Ooh, light axe. Oh, that's not even as good as what we already have, so never mind. But, like, it's not so bad if he's being needy, that's a problem, because I need it quiet.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes he'll literally just come in the office and he'll just chill on the bed, go to sleep, and he's nice and quiet. And I'm like, okay, cool, this is nice. You can hang out, I can record, you don't have to feel like you're alone and abandoned and all that stuff, and we're good to go.
Yeah, sometimes he stays with me, or I think perhaps he checks on you and then comes back to check on me while I'm asleep, I don't know. Because he'll stay with me when I go to sleep, and then of course in the morning he's somewhere else, possibly with you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He's an empathetic little creature, he's a good boy.
Oh, for sure. Okay, more doors. Damn. Well, if this ended up being like the way that we needed to go to complete the dungeon, we'll just have to make sure we go back and do those other rooms.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I know I've said this a couple of times in the series, but it's appropriate to bring it back up. I'm really enjoying playing this with you, babe. Thanks for being willing to go on this journey with me.
Yeah, and like I know this is gonna change later, but I'm glad that this is still a relatively easy to sit down game. Like it's taking us a little bit longer because we're commenting as we go, but theoretically this could be sped run in like 2-3 days in between work. It's not something that you have to put 10 years of effort into to play all the way through.
Oh, I'm sure if somebody wanted to, they could probably speed run it in a day if they wanted to. It's actually really not that long of a game. Like, I think I was looking it up on like, because there's a thing you can look up on Google of like how long to beat something, and they've got like almost every game in existence on there. At least any of the ones I've looked up, they have. And I think this game, to just get through the story, I think it was like 11 hours. To literally find every little secret and, you know, completionist wet dream. I think it was something like 18 or 20 hours. I'm obviously going off of memory here, but compared to some of the later Final Fantasies that we will play, not the longest game by any means.
Right.
But, I mean, it is the first. The first of many that we're going to play.
That actually brings a second question up. When this game was first coming out, did you have to like install it in a little plastic cartridge in a gaming system, or was it available on a disc? Or
It was in an NES cartridge.
Did the whole game fit on one, or did you eventually
Yes.
have to switch to another one? Okay.
No, it all fit on one cartridge. They, compared to what they can fit on discs, or even just like a lot of games are just digital now, like I play a lot of my games on Steam. Which, you know, as much as I like having the physical copy of something, it's kind of nice when it's digital and it's not going to get like scratched or damaged or have like a box dropped on top of it or something.
Right.
But yeah, cartridges really couldn't hold a lot back in the day. And like, funny enough, I might have mentioned this early in the series, and for anybody watching, if I did, I apologize for the redundancy. Sometimes I don't remember exactly what we talked about. Chrono Trigger and Secret of Mana, actually, Super Nintendo games on cartridges. And I believe a lot of Chrono Trigger's content was actually made from, like, unused Secret of Mana content.
Right.
Yeah, so, no, this would have been an NES cartridge. When the Game Boy advanced Dawn of Souls, which had Final Fantasy 1 and 2, which is where I initially beat the game, those ones came out on a cartridge for the Game Boy Advanced, but then when they came out for the PlayStation, it was on a CD.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I can kind of creep in here and see what's in the other rooms. Oh, there's the crystal.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Okay. So we are still going to have a whole other part of the dungeon to explore. Okay. That's a nice little trick that you can just go into one of the side rooms and be like, oh, cool, look, I can see in all of them. Spoiler alert. But the nice thing is with us and the way that we're playing this is, I actually, at the time of recording this video, Square Enix had like a Steam sale. And I went and basically got like all the numbered Final Fantasies that we were missing.
Oh.
So we've got like 1 through 15 waiting to be played.
Oh boy.
So we good. We set. It's a good thing we planned to be together for the long haul, babe, because we got quite the journey ahead of us.
I'll keep that in mind if you ever threaten to break up with me. What about your Final Fantasy series?
Damn it, she's right! She's right!
I have cemented myself into your life so thoroughly, you cannot get rid of me now without losing your love for Final Fantasy as well.
Yeah.
I did good.
It's like, I got you by the balls.
They're in a jar on my desk.
I got you by the crystals, yo. The crystals are being exploited and abused. Yeah, so are my nuts. Well, that went to a weird place.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I have a cat fight on my desk in front of me right now.
A cat fight on your desk. Which cats are fighting?
Pumpkin's been sitting in front of me for like the last half hour getting pets, and then Kenzie tried to get in on it, and Pumpkin was like, "No, mine," and shoved her back off.
I was here first.
Pumpkin has his little jealous fit. And to be fair, I've had him longer than any of the rest of you, so...
That is fair.
I've had him over 10 years.
Okay, I don't see any treasure chests in here. Yeah, I've had Kenzie for a little over 10 years now, too. No, my bad. I've had her for a little over 9 years. Because I got her in 2013.
But she was still very young when you got her. When I rescued Pumpkin, he was already probably 4.
Yeah, Kenzie was... Kenzie's story of coming into my life was interesting, because I was romantically involved with someone else.
Right.
And we got Kenzie together. And then we broke up. And she just kind of took Kenzie without talking to me and drove like 7 hours away. And then I didn't have Kenzie for a few weeks. Then eventually I convinced her to, because she really didn't want a cat. She just took the cat just to spite me. So I was like, look, you don't even want a cat. I want to keep her. So I'll make the drive out there and come get her. And thankfully, with some persuasion from me and her parents, who she'd moved back in with, and they also didn't want a cat, I got Kenzie back.
There we go.
Yeah, that was a long drive, but it was worth it. I love her to pieces.
Oh yeah, Pumpkin was just a neighborhood stray that kept showing up on my parents' back porch.
Yeah.
And he was, really, really beat up. Like, he didn't seem aggressive like some other stray cats, but he just always was getting freaking beat up.
Yeah.
So, at some point, we finally just kind of said, well, okay, and he got close enough to the door to eat the food that we left out for stray cats. That we grabbed him, hauled him in, and cleaned up his face and gave him some spare medication. And this went on for a while until one day he showed up with his face looking like hamburger, and we were like, okay, that's it.
You kidnapped him like that poor fairy. Speaking of getting beat up, we're at the Crystal Room.
Alrighty.
And then we've still got more of the dungeon to explore.
Oh, jeez.
You humans do impress. I would not have thought to see you here. We're not humans, we're cats. Impossible.
Meow.
This is a water shrine.
What is it? There's too many tentacles here.
I believe that's a Kraken. But do you really think you can defeat the Fiend of Water here in my own domain? Fools, these dark depths shall be your tomb. That is a very creepy looking Kraken.
Yeah. Regular ass giant squid look creepy enough, but they had to give this guy a weird ass mouth and a cape.
Alright, so we're gonna do Proterra on the whole team.
Okay.
And we're gonna Roid Rage Pumpkin here.
Mm-hmm.
Ink. I can't see a thing.
We have eye drops.
This is bullshit. Kenzie, just swing until you hit something. Just don't hit us, please. Okay. Alright, so Pumpkin's been Roid Raided. Roid Raged.
The thing.
We'll get Kenzie to go ahead and use eye drops on herself.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if this guy is going to use any spells, but let's go... Oh, Null All can only be used on one person.
Oh.
Let's just get Bastet to use it on herself.
Okay.
And we'll go ahead and Roid Rage Kenzie as well, too.
8 hits and only 89 damage?
We do have Protect up on everybody.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, what? That missed? Bullshit. Friggin' old games with their old friggin' problems. Alright, let's get Bastet to pop off a Holy, and we'll get Sunny to pop off a Thundaga.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we're dealing some decent damage now. Huh. Can you stop splurging in our faces, please? Is this Final Fantasy or the casting couch?
Nah.
Just...
I was trying to keep track of how many damage they doled out so far, but yeah. Lost track there.
Alright. Eye drops. Eye drops. This might kind of be wasted, but I'll get Bastet to pop off a Hilara. Is literally all you're gonna do is shoot ink at us? Like, you don't expect to actually win this fight just blinding us.
Well, their moves are randomized by the computer, so maybe we're just lucky.
But I feel like that's like all they've done is literally just, I'm gonna keep shooting you with ink, haha. That'll show them.
Well, he never had time to try anything else, so...
Wow, that was probably the easiest Fiend fight we've had.
Yeah.
To be fair, we have been beefing up, too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was done. That's done.
They don't have a specific cat
Oh,
in the forefront to say who held up the crystal, but okay.